To Texas America. My guests today are from the city of Burleson. Today we'll feature the city of Burleson on Texas America. Robert Abels is the mayor of Burleson. Mark Sowa is the city manager. And Gordon Cockerham is from the Burleson Independent School District. Gentlemen, let me start off by saying we didn't plan this way, but I notice we're all in shades of blue, gray, and black here. No one's wearing brown or any other color, but we've got on blue, gray, and black. Welcome to Texas America. Mark, maybe you can answer the first question. Burleson. How old is Burleson, and give us a little bit of its history.
Well, this year Burleson celebrated its 100-year centennial birthday, originating in 1881. So we've been a very active community in that regard in various parts of the year and various aspects of the community in that celebration.
What all happened during the centennial celebration this year? Did you have parades, festivals, and everything like that?
Right, sponsored through various civic groups, including the Chamber of Commerce and other civic clubs. There were festivals, and through a 3-week period, several weekends involved in parades, and very enjoyable summer.
Mm-hmm. Pioneer Day celebration, so to speak.
Right.
How many residents were there in Burleson, or was it known as Burleson back in 1881?
It was originally known as Burleson, and a community there of about 300 people. It actually had an academy there, Red Oak Academy, and which was still some area there that's known as Red Oak area. Then when the railroad came through, well, then the community moved away from the academy down to the railroad, which is the site now of the old part of the city of Burleson.
I believe we have a slide showing approximately where Burleson is. Maybe we could, okay, we've got a bunch of highways there.
Burleson is adjacent to the south city limits of Fort Worth on Interstate 35, and it's actually bisected by both Interstate 35 and State Highway 174, which goes to Cleburne and to Lake Whitney area.
Okay. Next slide, I believe. Let's see what the next slide shows. Yes, okay, go ahead.
This is our community, an area of close to Red Oak Academy, actually, with our church and overseeing the rolling terrain with a lot of trees.
Are there a lot of high hills in Burleson?
We're actually in a little valley with small hills completely surrounding the community.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at the next slide. There we are.
New subdivisions. Of course, we are a quote, I guess, bedroom community, and this is a subdivision that is developed, ready for building, and this is where our growth has come from Burleson.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the next one. There we go. You mentioned the railroad. That got Burleson started then, apparently, right?
Right. The MKT railroad runs right through the city also. This slide, I believe, shows a lot of the vacant area around and in Burleson for industrial and residential development.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Historical house of some kind, right?
This slide is the going back to our centennial concept this year. This is the Renfrew Clark home, one of the oldest and finest homes in the community. It does hold an historical marker. It was used in most recent years as our public library, and until 2 years ago when we did move into a new facility, and since that time it now serves as a senior citizens activity center and continuing to hold its historical status.
Okay. This is the library itself then, apparently.
This is the new public library. This facility is part of a bond program passed by the voters of the city in 1978, one of several facilities in that program. This is our Burleson Community Center, and it offers meeting room space and gymnasium space, another building project funded in that bond program, located in a 50-acre community park and adjacent to a new 25-meter swimming pool, which is also part of that same 78 project.
How many residents do you have in Burleson now? You mentioned 300 in about 1881. What's it grown to now?
Our 1980 census indicated 11,007, and we think we're up into about the mid 12,000 range at this point.
Okay. Is there another slide here, I believe? There we are. Gordon, maybe you could comment on that since you're with the Independent School District.
This is the school administration building, and in the Burleson Independent School District we provide services for 4,800 students approximately, with about 500 employees. We offer a comprehensive program for our youngsters, ranging all the way from special education services to vocational technical programs at the high school level. In addition to that, we've recently implemented some what we call TAG programs, talented and gifted students, within the school district. And there are a number of accomplishments that we're proud of. One in particular, our forensic program and teams compete on a national basis, even at Harvard University and various other universities scattered throughout the United
Let's
States.
get into that in just a few minutes, Gordon. Hughley Hospital there. I didn't know that was in Burleson. I thought that was a part of Fort Worth.
Hughley Hospital is, we consider, part of the Burleson community. It's within our Chamber of Commerce market area, as well as the school district, I believe. And it is a short 5-minute drive from our community, and we show it here to indicate just a fine medical facility and a very important aspect in any community being right nearby.
Okay, do we have any? There we are. That is a beautiful building there. I didn't know that was in Burleson.
Yes. This is located on I-35. This is a new regional 6-state headquarters facility for the Seventh-day Adventist. This is a 4-story structure, and we show it here as one of our newest and I think our largest very attractive building.
Okay. Okay, we're back to us. Okay, Gordon, now you were talking about the independent school district, and I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but we had the slide of the hospital on there. Your band is in, you've got a good band down there in Burleson High School, is it? And then the forensic. Talk a little bit about that.
We're pleased with our music program in general. The band in particular was selected to compete in the state competition beginning Tuesday of this next week. They will be competing with approximately 50 other bands from across the state of Texas to try and determine who has the best band in the state of Texas, and we're proud of that fact. And it reflects just one part of a much larger music program in the schools that encompasses choral as well as instrumental music.
Now, you mentioned the forensic. What does the word forensic mean? Is this catering to the drama and the arts department?
The area that we have shown the most strength in has been in the area of debate, and our debaters have been very competitive, as I pointed out earlier, on a national scale. And this has been going on for a number of years, and we've been very active in that area, and we conduct debate tournaments in Burleson, as well as participating on a state and national scale. And
now, you mentioned there, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And we've been very successful in our competition in that area.
You mentioned 4,800 students you serve,
yes.
Right? How many high schools, how many middle schools, how many elementary schools do you have in Burleson? 1
high school and 1 middle school and 4 elementaries. We think that is an ideal size. We're large enough to offer comprehensive programs, but we're small enough that the youngster can be considered as an individual and not really get lost in the group per se.
How's the high school team doing football-wise?
Well, that's a subject that we have avoided discussing extensively.
Well, we'll avoid discussing that subject about the football team, but we'll be back with more on Burleson after these messages. Sack, Trash, and Recycle is a program we featured on Texas America several weeks ago. It's called the STAR program. It's a litter abatement type program, and Burleson is an award winner. Mark, comment on that.
Yes, this is an especially pleasing program for us as a city organization. In one respect, especially having started just new with our parks and recreation programs as a result of some of the new facilities you saw in the slide, and in firing up those types of programs, one of the areas assigned to the recreation area had been the beautification aspects of the community. And just in the very first year we chose to participate, which I believe was the first year of the STAR program.
That was in 1979, I believe, right?
We began, we participated and were successful in receiving near the top awards and recognition in that area. And again this year, and we helped to participate at the State Fair and in the information booth on that project. And
the sack trash and recycle people had a booth at the State Fair,
right,
I understand, right?
For the whole 16-county North Central Texas area.
Do you cooperate with the North Central Texas Council of Governments in other ways besides the STAR program?
Yes. We are a member as a city, the organization being a council of governments. We are a member participating in all aspects of their planning program. We are, again, part of a 16-county area in the Tarrant and Dallas County region. And I personally do happen to serve on a board with the Council of Governments, so we do stay very close and participate in the regional planning.
You Burleson got actively involved in the regional transportation type planning that came up here a couple of months ago, didn't it, Mark?
Well, this was last year, and we were part of that planning effort in the attempt at the ballot to gain a regional transportation authority, which I think failed at that point. But just to indicate that Burleson was a community, a suburban community that meshed in with the Fort Worth and Dallas area in terms of transportation needs.
You mentioned that Burleson is a suburban community, and there's one situation about Burleson that's quite unique. Parts of it sits in Tarrant County, the other part in Johnson County. Robert, maybe you'd like to comment on that.
That's true, Bud, and it does present some problems at times. We are in two counties. About 10% of our citizen population within the city limits live in Tarrant County. Of course, our school district also, as Garden could explain, extends into a large portion of Tarrant County. It does make a problem in that some of our citizens, to be represented in either the state, a county level, a state, or national level, are represented by different representatives than the larger part of the city.
Does this split the city in any way?
No, not really, not as far as political issues are concerned, but it makes a hardship on some of our citizens in that they have to maybe go to a neighboring polling box in order to vote. It also leaves them out when we have representatives, both national and state, visit our city to get attendance at rallies and campaigning functions. So it's something that we try to overcome by encouraging our citizens to be active in all parts of the city, both working on boards, commissions, school boards, committees, this sort of activity. And it's something that it's very unique to a bi-county city.
Well, since you're so close to Fort Worth, I would assume that many of your residents work in Fort Worth and come home to sleep. You know, you've heard the old expression, bedroom community. Right. Do you fight the apathy in that respect to get them to become members of the Chamber of Commerce or to join the school board or be active in PTA and everything?
Right, we really do, and I'm sure the school has the same problems, and we in the city, even at voting time for our city officials and our school board officials, it's difficult to get a turnout. Communication is a big problem because the Fort Worth newspapers, the radio stations, TV, are their main source of communication. We have a local newspaper, but it's not read by everyone, and it's a bi-weekly sort of thing. So to get people encouraged, involved in their community is a task that we have had since I've been in Burleson for 18 years.
You can be involved in Burleson the first 100 years. We'll find out how after these messages. Celebrated their centennial down there. Mark Sowa can tell us how. Mark?
This is a book that indicates the celebration of our centennial, Burleson, Texas, the first 100 years. The book is prepared by the Burleson Historical Committee, and many in writing different chapters of it. The book is available for $20 and is available at our public library. We've been very successful in selling the book. I think 1,000 copies have sold at this point.
$20, huh? And I noticed that it has pictures and quite a bit of historical facts about Burleson, I would imagine.
Right. We decided
Here on the, just inside here, Mark, there is a photo.
this is Burleson in its first years.
Burleson at first years. That's when the railroad first came through?
Right. This is our main street. Paid in underwriting the printing cost, and as proceeds
restaurant by a local family there. The history is, and I don't recall the lady that owned it, but Cher Bono was a niece of this lady and spent one summer in Burleson when she was a child, and this was the house that she stayed in with her aunt. The restaurant has had a couple unfortunate fires. It has now, though, been completely refurbished and is a very nice restaurant, family restaurant.
Do you have any other restaurants, historical restaurants in Burleson?
Not really historical to speak of. Mostly on our main highway going through, we're beginning to get the commercial places, the franchise, the typical thing that moves into a community.
Okay, you've got 10% of Burleson living in Tarrant County and 90% living in Johnson County. Which way is Burleson growing? More into Tarrant County, or which way?
we're growing in both counties. I think our most recent immediate future growth has been in the northern and northwest area of our city, which is